Hello, Gemini. Welcome to another timeless love variant reading of yours, where we discuss however love may want to show up in your reading. Please remember that these energies are timeless, so whatever brings you here, it is the right timing for you. And to know that gender is non-gender specific, so take the messages of feminine and masculinity however they may fit for you. These messages, Gemini, will offer universal justice if you're here in Gemini being your sun rising and or sun rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Yeah, it's so much going on. So much going on, all right? However, if you're here, if you're wondering whether or not you're seeking emotional redemption, I do have a sister channel. Anyway, if you feel moved by hearing those words, go check out the description box below to see if there are any interests of exploring the timeless content over there. More content is coming. Gemini, I also am Master 7th who reads these energies. I'm also a Master Healer. I not only offer remote healings, I also offer tarot services. So should any of that intrigue you, best way to reach me at the moment is via the email address, also found below. Please remember that if you haven't subscribed to my channel, to possibly consider this. I know this has been a very slow moving channel, but it's coming. It's coming. All right, slowly and surely we'll get there. We'll get there. We will get there, Gemini. Most of you are already there. I can feel it. All right, let's see. Let's begin this reading. So let's see what the death scenario is. What has ended? What has ended? What has ended? The Emperor structure. For starters, what I really am moved by in the beginning is that this is a major arcana. There's a lot of sadness behind this energy. A lot of lacking faith. Like, the darkened moon aspect here makes me feel like there's like, all right, to the punchline, the eclipse that will happen, or for some of you who are listening to this energies maybe after, I don't know, will make more sense as to why the Emperor card is a major influence as to what the death energy is. So whatever resonates via your emotions that come up when you hear these triggering words will be the resolution as to what will come next as a way to start again. Okay, and this is going to the ether of whatever it is that makes you dance, makes you move, makes you passionate, makes you sad, makes you depressed. All the elements of what you feel you can't control that are external but are making internal impact, they've been taken away from you. And you feel very vulnerable and naked and exposed for the first time really ever in your entire existence. This is a new level of exposure. At the same time, this exposure isn't a naked death where this is the death card or the devil or the star card telling you that you're in your mightiest self. This is the Emperor card saying that you're in the masculine energy, and the structure part here, the structure, the term structure has been robbed from you And whether it's a material aspect, whether it is a physical aspect, whether it is an emotional aspect, whether it is a financial aspect, whether it's relationship aspect, whatever the aspect is, where structure is the fundamental pivot to understand, mental structure is the most important to maintain all of those I'm hearing instructions, okay? To listen, I mean, when I'm hearing the word instructions, that means that the ether is trying to give you instructions for those of you who are tapped into the energy to receive. And those energies that you are receiving are your instructions to understand the structure, to the mentality needed to control the external world at which you may feel currently robbed by because this has ended. Extremely powerful. All right, let's see what's happening. That was quick. All right, let's see what's happening for Pentacles control. Yeah, I mean, it's very fucking clear. The minor aspect is the chaos, okay? The minor aspect is the I'm not saying minor as it's not influential or daunting at this time. This is more like this is a minor card. Minor, there's a lot coming through here. Minor arcana, where this is the major arcana. Okay, we all need to take a deep breath for a second here. Hold it. Hold it. If you released your breath, take a deep breath in again and hold it. Hold it, 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 hold it. All right. Okay, so control is what's needed to understand why everything is happening in your state of being. Okay, the state of being is being festered by wanting to trigger all aspects of your anatomical self, the physical aspect, the fleshiness of who you are. And so you might be getting anxiety, you might be getting ascension symptoms, you might have like bloating issues, gas issues, all of a sudden zero interest to eat the former foods that you had before, and new interests are emerging and you don't understand why. So many unexplained changes, a metamorphosis happening within you, and that in order for you to feel that, the universe is taking over. So the Emperor, although it has ended, is also a structuralized new beginning because you're able to maintain a level of control, but at least paying attention what gives you energy in your solar plexus. What gives you the ability to move? What gives you the ability to want to control the things that you can control, knowing that you're not holding on to them and choking them out and putting an end to that and like suffocating something, but more so enjoying the company of that of which that is kept by you, you know, and slowly morphing through that process. Because some of you have been very social before, you're very social butterflies, and all of a sudden more, I feel like the Virgo energy, the Hermit energy is pulling through to some aspects may already have, because this card isn't out in this reading, right? So the Virgo energy, the Hermit, the Virgo Hermit energy has required you to pull back over the last months, maybe even years for some of you. And this time has been so influential because there's so many, for those of you who understand tarot, a lot of apocalyptic moments of tower aspects kind of came in, like pushed you through an existence, and it's making you look at your world with such clear eyes that you don't really know what to do. So you're almost in a pause moment, waiting for the next step to come. So that way you understood what the instructions that you have been in a way subconsciously already been paying attention to, how they're going to take you to the next step forward. Let's see what has happened. Yeah, I mean, like, this card just flipped, you know, it's anxiety card. Yeah, I mean, it's, so I'm like, whew. There's so much fear happening within the mind of Gemini, and it's not a structured fear, but at the same time, it's absolutely structured fear. It's like being in the void. Yeah, being in the void and not understanding what to do with all this. Mind of, the chaos of the mind for Gemini is these emotions. That makes sense. The introspection that you're in, the 8 of Cups, what has happened. Then the release of understanding what has happened and being able to acknowledge that they've, in more ways than one, have already been let go by you. And to capture your mind, reminiscing those moments, those experiences, and seeing how your body is actually reacting differently. Once you understand your body is reacting differently to those moments where you have flashbacks, or you're wondering if you grew, or if you've changed, or if you've evolved, or if you've learned, or if you've gained any type of knowledge, those will come when you do accept those moments where you have to sit down or find measurements of relaxation and isolation and pulling back, and to be introspective, to make sense of the things you already made sense for yourself, while also allowing your anxiety to showcase itself through you, because the more you allow it to take shape within you, and you can control by letting the control flow through you without you worrying in the back of the mind that you have to control the flush of emotions and flush of thoughts that come, and the tidal waves and all that shit, all that shit and all that jazz and all that boogieing and all the moving that you've done. You've accepted, Gemini, a lot of the pain, a lot of the betrayal, a lot of the things that you thought were your own personal sins. Like, you've accepted it and you've moved forward, but you haven't forgiven yourself. And that's where the universe is shutting shit down for you by saying that the Death card is the Emperor, and they will fuck with your money, they will fuck with your structure, because what you are not understanding is the element of love that you have in your mind that is actually to be found by you, because other people are seeing it, are magnetized, are magnets to you because of this vivacious mind that you have, yet you are almost unwilling, because you can see it, you can sense it, there's something there, you're here, you're dabbling in tarot, you're doing something externally outside of yourself to make sense of the internal, and you're thinking that no one can hear that, and it's actually not true. There are energies that can hear you and love to hear you speak, love to hear you exist and create and become and explore, and they're willing to dance with you. And whether it is within a vessel to be found, if you found this individual or not, this energy will come in presentation once you understand what is control by letting go and keeping hold onto it. Okay, it's like a magic dance. It's very interesting energies, like extremely interesting energies, because it's a lot. You need a lot of external help. I don't want to think, it's not necessarily resources. It's more like a safe place to be a child and to play on the playground once more. It's like, maybe you had anxiety in grade school about recess or even lunchtime, because you're like, what the fuck? Like that act of socializing when we all have to do the same thing, we have to all play, we have to all eat, was like anxiety prone for some of you. But you pushed through it anyway. You ended up going to lunch, you sat down with some people, I see some of like auction off food and shit like that. You made a situation that was awkward a benefit for you the only way you knew how. And I think that's where you are not gaining a lot of compliments, deserved compliments and accolades of like a job well done, Gemini. And that's where the ether is also pulling back and asking you to control the people that are around you by you controlling what you want that represents you. Quite powerful, I must say. All right, where to look, Gemini, where to look? It's interesting, because I do these love variant readings, and I don't know how y'all want to take it as, but to love anything is to love self. And whenever there is so many tarot readers who just dabble in love, and yes, I mean, the only type of reading I really like to listen to are love readings, you know. But it's interesting reading as Master Seventh, because when I listen out to the energies that come out as I'm speaking in these energies, it sounds as if it's like an isolated journey. Fuck, universe, fuck. As the Ace of Cups comes through. All right, satisfaction. Ace of Cups can't be more singular noted in that regard. You know, it's like making this very clear. Like, if you want to have a relationship of any kind of love, came to this reading wondering if that soulmate is around the corner. Does he look like this? Does she look like this? Are they looking like this? Whatever they are, however they want to be identified, however you want to identify them, are they right there? What do they look like, reader? Tell me. Those are existential qualities that you wouldn't want them if somebody told you exactly that's what it would be like. Like, that's a respectful way that the readers are trying to have a balanced introspection within themselves as they give, hopefully, these readings unconditionally, you know. And whatever this could be, whatever this could mean, is individual. And whatever that individuality is, it goes into so many niches. And right now, this niche is astrology. Right now, the niche in this moment is you understanding the concept of Gemini, whatever it means for you and whatever you are seeking. And whatever it takes you, wherever it leads you, is your own personal destined path with you and your subconscious. And whatever shapes its way towards you, whatever morphs its way crossing your path, are all notions for you to learn how to be introspective and see what satisfies you, and then take a leap. Take a leap like the Fool card. So where to look is looking into yourself, looking into what you are, who you are, what you desire, and not linger in them so much, but entertain them in both light and in dark shadows. What shadows is dark aspects of yourself. If you are someone that understands my channel in any light, small way that is slowly, like a turtle pace, growing, you'll understand that the Devil series, for example, is all about the ego that doesn't know if it's of light or of darkness. That is an individualistic point of view. Whether or not you demand yourself in thinking that there is that satanic energies out there, bad, negative juju and taboo and whatever, it still is going to be controlled by the narrative of whatever it is you decide to entertain, and whatever the ether decides you should entertain. That's where the mystery of the song and dance of, well, what is life all about? Okay. So why are you here, Gemini? Why are you here? Why are you here? Why are you here, Gemini? Oh, God. Some of y'all are having some very deep thoughts for that. You are seen now. And no, you are not being validated. However, to be seen is a form of validation. If you internalize that, you will feel the richness of that truth. And you will learn honesty. And the definition of both are needed to understand what internalized introspection and self-love is all about. There are truths that battle within themselves of your emotional state of being, your physical state of being, and your mental state of being, and your potential belief of ethereal state of being. There are truths. And we communicate those truths, or sometimes we don't communicate those truths. A whole life experience can happen because we may keep truths or we may expose truths. Okay, when we take a step back from these truths, there's still a marginal error of deception, because it could be true that I like blue, and all of a sudden the truth of blue could be a bit invalidated once I feel my energy is loving pink. And then I have two truths. So you can have too many truths, and then there's the element of honesty. The honesty is, yes, I have liked truth, and I still like truth. But to be honest, I may like pink more. And once we understand, we're gonna let that go. We're gonna let that all help us get through this message, okay? Is once we understand that there are differences to learn how language gets computed within us and how we can allow it to be computed by us, is when we understand the definition of sovereignty, and that the structure of the mind is all that you have to control. And then you'll understand what that kind of control will give you in the third dimensional, the way of life. So why are you here? Oh, Jesus, mother. Thoughts of suicide, ladies and gentlemen, is a cop-out. All right, I'm going to say that. I'm going to say it because you need to hear it that way. Some of y'all just, it's a cop-out. It's a cop-out because of to be seen this much and to look at what you have, and it might be difficult. I'm telling you, you're going to just perpetuate the same bullshit once more. Once you stop it, you're asking the ether to just wait for the opportunity for it to go again. And that comes with way more penalty. There is no escaping the law of universal light, as well as no escaping the universal darkness that the light comes from. All right, we have growth. You're here because of growth. Beautiful. 1111, it's time to understand the magical numbers of 1111 as to why some of y'all are just neurotic as to like, twin flame, 1111 is right around the corner. She's right around the corner. Yeah, she is right around the corner. 6 months go by, a year go by, 2 years go by, and you meet someone, you're like, wait a minute, I don't know. You're in a relationship and you're like, I don't know if this is it. I don't know if this is it. I thought this was it because this was the first thing that came around the, oh, I see the signs. And then you were tricked. The tricky part about 1111 is the multitude of ways you have to understand yourself. The one, and another version of yourself is one, and one kind of just explodes as another one, and then explodes again and another one. All right, binary is just a one and one and one and one. That's all it is. And then it's saying one is an image of itself and another image of itself and another image of itself. But we understand that we can count through 0 to 11, so there must be so many aspects to reach to that number. But then when we do that, we look at it again symbolically, and we just see again, wow, 1 is next to 1. And then, oh, 1 and 1, that's 2. Interesting. And then we see 1111, and then it's like, all right, 1 and 1, and then it's also 2, and then we have 2 and 2, and then that's, oh shit. So there's so many different things that we can do, and then so many things that when we see and then listen and hear and taste and smell and experience, we're like, oh God, it's pulling me closer, 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 and we're like we're pulling on the rope, you know, wanting to go home, and you're pulling yourself on the rope, pulling yourself on the rope, and then there are obstacles while you're pulling yourself through this mushy rope. You don't know what these obstacles are just yet, but they're there because they're coming. And then maybe some of y'all experience it, like then you get smacked in the face, you almost lose your fucking your hold, okay? And that's all because the universe is testing you to see whether or not how strong you are, the flesh that you are, which is so much lower of a dimensional of light than the galactic light is, okay? And see if you can go through the trenches of time and know that you've actually gone through it already. The human vessel is a very low vibration, ladies and gentlemen, and all those in between and beyond, a very low vibration. So to ask us something grand is to expect that the universe is going through so much in order to deliver it. And so when it delivers, it expects you to be the mirroring aspect of it so that you can be in alignment of it. For that, it requires self-satisfaction and growth, self introspection of emotions and passionate thoughts, and then growth. This is a mind-blowing reading. All right. All right, how to harmonize, Gemini? How can you harmonize with all this? Oh, I love it. Love it. I love it. Love it. I love it. The Fool. I said the card was around and away. I'm going to lose my shit if the Virgo card comes out, but I don't think it's here because I think that was like past energy. The Fool. Take a risk. I mean, there's really not much to say because that's another major arcana. Everything has already been said. I said it earlier. So from that point of when I said it until now is when the energy is done. Oof, I'm not taking that. All right, now. God. Some of you may have to burp. This is rough. Oh, God. I'm not going to burp, but some of y'all going to have to. Some of y'all want to go play golf. See golfing here. I don't like golfing. That's why I came out like that. Sorry. Golf. Some of you want to golf. Go golfing. Have fun. All right. What's the birthing element here? I'm done, Gemini. I'm done. This reading is done. Everything is done. Go do. Go be. Go be beautiful. You are beautiful. Go be. Go be. Go be. Go be. Bzz, 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 bzz. Because what's the birthing element here? Hello. The star. Inspiration. I mean, I said it earlier too. This is, I said earlier, what's more powerful is the galaxy. To me, in my deck, the way I sequenced the energies, the galaxy is hidden behind the star. All right. I mean, I really, let the energies speak for themselves. I don't have anything to say. Solar plexus juice. Try to push away that burp. All right, because I just burped myself. All right, soda water. All right, let's get, Jesus, I shouldn't read anymore for y'all. I'm feeling it. We're gonna do it. We're gonna pull a couple more energies here, like a classical readings. Reading, whatever. Oh, God. I'm really feeling this Eight of Cups energy here. Oh. Fuck. There's too much mental emotion, mental second guessing. Because the Emperor is too fucking strong in this reading. And it's ironic. It's ironic. But for the message that's trying to come across, the Emperor is like, the fuck. The fuck. It is time to look at structure, look at your root chakra. I just gonna blurt out some shit, resonates or not. Like root chakra, sexual traumas, money issues, bank accounts, don't sign contracts for the next 3 weeks. Some of y'all are shaving the area down there too much. Very interesting. That never came out before. Interesting. Something having to do with... Whatever. We're not gonna... Take it if it resonates, all right? Don't shave it for 3 weeks. 3 weeks. There's a lot of 3-week energy here. If you want to make sense of something, write it down 3 times for 3 weeks if you want something. All right, let's say you want this blue lighter over here, all right? And you don't know how to get it. Like, write down, I want a blue lighter, I want a blue lighter, I want a blue lighter, blah, blah. See how difficult that is? That's how much energy you have to work through in order to get what it is that you want. So write it down 3 times, once a day, doesn't matter when. Just do it in a day of a 24-hour. And then for the next 3 weeks. See if you can show up for that. Because right now, the major arcana of Emperor is like putting you on like go mode. And if you're unhealed, which, I mean, unhealed is such a relative term. We're all healing at all kinds of times. Whatever, all right? The point is, if you're not allowing yourself to be open-minded about this situation, you're going to be pushed in a situation that's making it going to be very uncomfortable. So you can see how golden you are, Gemini, all right? But since you're very sensitive in the inside in ways that you don't necessarily want to deal with the mental exhaustion, I would advise maybe at this point listening out to what I said already. Yeah, I'm usually not a firm I'm not a firm believer of affirmations. I'm gonna leave that for another fucking time, Gemini. We're not gonna have this conversation. I'm putting a halt to the major arcana Emperor energy, all right? Because we need to dance with the feminine energy of the emotions of the mind, which, yes, are not getting attention at this time for Gemini's mind and mental being. Yes, you might have a lot of emotions, but those emotions are backed by a lot of pain having to do with a bad Emperor energy. Okay, so I'm not interested in dabbling and maintaining in this stuck energy of the Emperor. I want to move forward. And what's the best way for that? The Empress energy. The element that you cannot see but keeps the spine of the Emperor upright. Alright, anyway. So if the fucking Empress card comes out, I'm gonna lose my shit. Just kidding. Anyway. Ugh. I'm gonna take it. Alright. Queen of Swords, King of Pentacles, and Page of Swords. I mean, I do love that I was just given the Queen of Swords, because that's a beautiful energy of the feminine quality that comes and has the back erect for the Emperor in a minor aspect of truth. All right, she's very diligent to be the truth deliverer, and that is your energy to deliver this truth, to gain control of what it is you already feel or don't feel like you have control of. Because the hidden quality, again, is going back to the beginning of the reading. What you know, what you don't want to admit to know, and blah, blah, blah. Well, all of the energies that I said about the Emperor energy here and the death element. But it's not a true death of like something being so daunting for the experience, because what you're controlling here with the Four of Pentacles is growing into the King of Pentacles. Someone who has absolute control of everything that you thought wasn't being able to get controlled by you. And it has a lot to do with mastering the symbolism behind, let's say, 1111, true mastery of self, so that the conceptualized marketing of what Twin Flame is all about makes sense to you, mind, body, soul, and ethereally. No. Okay, all right. Let's see what other things we can get for you at this time. No. No, yes, yes. Justice, yeah. And that's that queen energy here, justice, okay? Because it's that pink element, that pink energy, the pink vibration that is right below the white of pinging you into enriching you through these troublesome emotional times. Yeah, look at that. The moon. Troublesome emotional times. You're going through it here with the Ten of Wands. You're making it through with the Ten of Wands. A fiery pace too. It's a fiery fucking pace because of the fucking Emperor, man. Whew. And you're not really telling anyone. You're not telling anyone about the things that you're doing. How are you moving? Why are you not telling one? Because of the fucking moon, but you're also mind your own business. Self-introspection is all about mind your own business and understanding you are the moon to the sun that's out there. You are trying to make sense of everything that is trying to be made sense of, and then as the sun has illuminated you for as much as you can be illuminated by, you take that and you take that vitamin D and you live out your life. No one can see that internal alchemy that's happening every fucking time. So at the end of the day, Gemini, you are the fucking moon. That's the name of the reading. Gemini, you are the moon. Period. The moon also here is the element of Scorpio, Cancer for me too, but it's also that fundamental 1111. To understand 1111 is not to be fascinated by what comes with it, but what gets approached to be able to receive it, which is you. So it's fascinating energy because it's a lot of bouncing back and forth with the reminiscent times of your past and then picking up the pieces as to what I said earlier. You're going to slowly give yourself due justice. Due justice of being proud of yourself, being able to look in the mirror and be beautiful with what it is you have, what you've done, giving yourself a kiss, a hug, and just loving all that shit, all that beautiful guck, all that good things to come, all the things you've done, all the things you've given, all the things you've received, all the things that make you sexy and horny and lustrous and vivacious and in pain too. I'm going to start loving your pain because they're all messages. Once you understand the brutal ways of diving into that, you come out on the other side and you're like, nobody needs to tell me shit about who I need to be. It's a lot of your ego energy anyway. You're a sister sign to Virgo, you know this. So you're doing a lot of the masculine work. You're doing a lot of the masculine work for Virgo. That's why you love your Virgos so much. For those of you who love your Virgos so much. Because they are small aspects of the little things that you, of the big things that you do, they do in little things. And you have respect for that. And you're very loyal to that because you see them. And if this is not even a message of like, oh, you understand exactly who this Virgo is in your life, that was a universal message from Ether and Mother Earth. Because Mother Earth is Virgo energy. Mother Earth is Mother Gaia. She's Virgo. All right, Gemini, that seems to be all that I have for you at this time. I'm wishing you a wonderful morning, noon, or night, wherever you are in the ether of this time and space. And may you keep flowing, growing, and glowing. Take care.